You are tuned in to the JDawg and Leevis show. After years of playing together in bands and tons of late-night conversations, it was decided that it was only fair we repeat it all here. Tonight, on the JDawg and Leevis show, we've got Michael Allen Gould with Urban Dictionary Updates. That's correct. You're also going to learn a little bit tonight about some phone calls that were very important to JDawg. Some phone calls that he took. A little more information about the Rockford Rage for you.
Yes.
We'll be talking about them a little bit. A large portion of the show also is going to be dedicated to BRODEOs.
BRODEOs.
Graduations.
I hope we define a BRODEO.
And other things that happened over the last 2 weeks that we weren't here.
Yep.
So make sure you stay tuned. Don't go away like you normally do.
We're just starting.
Stay right here.
We're here.
The JDawg and Leevis show coming at you. Not live, but pre-recorded. Yay!
See this ancient riverbed, see where all the follies led, down by the water, down by the old main drag. I was just some towhead teen, feeling round for fingers to get in between, down by the water, down by the old main drag. The season rubs me wrong. The summer swells and on. So knock me down, tear me up, but I would bear it all broken just to fill my cup. Down by the water, down by the old main drag. Descending rabble round, pretty little patter of a seaport town, rolling in the water, rolling down the old main drag. All dialed up in gabardine, the lash flashing leader of Pier 19, queen of the water, queen of the old main drag. Season rubs me wrong. The summer swells anon. So knock me down, tear me up, but I would bear it all broken just to fill my cup. Down by the water, down by the old main drag. The season rubs me wrong. The summer swells anon. So knock me down, tear me up, but I would bear it all broken just to fill my cup. Down by the water, down by the old main drag. Down by the water, down by the old main drag. Down by the water, down by the old main drag.
I'm not done yet.
Shouldn't we be drinking it instead?
I don't know, man. You did such a good job on that, but I gotta keep clinking my glass.
Well, every 14th show, I will sing. So look forward to podcast number 28.
You can be like the Novemberist.
That's about the next time I'll be singing.
Instead of the Decemberists who originally sang Down by the Water. Well, I don't know if it's original or not. I guess I just assumed. But you did a nice job of it.
They made it awful popular,
Yeah.
whether it's their song or not. But that's the only person I've ever heard sing it till tonight. Put that in your YouTube slot and smoke it. Ladies and gentlemen, podcast number 14. We skipped a week.
We did.
Family things
And stuff.
and
More things.
and time spent with men.
Well, speak for yourself.
Well,
Well, that's not completely true. I got to see a couple of guys in 2 weeks
I got to see more than a couple
at the same time.
at the same time.
Whoa.
So what happened last week
Okay.
was Leevis had a son that was graduating.
That's true too. Oh my!
For some reason, thought that was more important than spending time with me.
that was a week ago already.
Yeah, it
What
was,
is going on?
I believe. Well,
Yeah.
last
Yeah, it was Saturday, but
Saturday was the
yeah,
graduation.
It was still.
It's Thursday, so it's already Saturday.
He's been waving his middle finger around at the school for a week now, I guess. So
Speaking of that, on my emoticons on my phone, my new download, I now have middle fingers, as I was telling you earlier.
that is.
And I don't know why, but I can change the skin tone. I have like 6 different skin tones of middle fingers I can send to people now.
Well, that's versatile. So that's very accommodating.
So
to,
I'll send you one after the show
Sweet.
on your way home.
I want a green one. I want an alien.
There might,
flip
I didn't
off.
scroll all the way to the right. There may be an alien skin tone. So graduations, and the other thing was the BRODEO.
Okay, now explain to me what a BRODEO is, because that sounds like an Urban Dictionary kind of thing.
Well, kind of is. And I don't think I made it up.
Okay.
I think it's been out there.
Yeah, probably.
But it consists of an all-male camping trip,
Okay.
which could be scary, could be good. So I gather a bunch of bros up, and we go have a BRODEO
Okay.
at random state parks throughout Illinois, Wisconsin.
And they,
Preferably Wisconsin, because you can drink there legally
outdoors.
outdoors.
Yes.
Yeah, good point. Outdoors.
We learned that one the hard way.
We did.
At BRODEO number...
BRODEO number 2.
Okay, that was one I was invited to.
Correct. Well, you were invited to this
Oh,
one.
whatever.
But again, you thought your son was more important
Yeah,
than me.
okay.
Priorities. Get 'em straight.
You know me. I never put my family first. When have I ever put my family
I
before
wasn't
you?
going to say
JDawg?
it, but he says it all the time. So at the BRODEO, got together with some guys, and we go hiking,
Okay.
and we cook together,
Okay.
and we tell stories around the campfire together.
I bet you do.
And I'll tell you, one thing I found out this weekend is that when you play Uno with Uncle Matt Wiggins,
Oh.
and you're drunk out of your mind, it is the funnest game in the world. When you get to the skips and the reverses,
Oh.
nobody knows what's going on. Everybody just kind of stares at the card, looks up and says, "What do we do?"
So you didn't have one like designated Uno player
No.
that had to stay sober so as to keep
No,
the game going?
We didn't start until we were 3 New Glarises, 1 7.8% Matilda, and half of a Belgian beer in the bag. Then we pulled the game out.
I see.
So, and that was all before a couple of the other guys even got there. So then our good friend Manny showed up and decided he wanted to rough it and sleep in a tent. He wasn't going to sleep in the camper this time.
Yeah, he's kind of a manly man.
He's a manly Manny. Mm-hmm. So, but the good thing is he didn't bring his girlfriend, so we all got a good night's rest.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Whew.
Yeah, I heard he could shake the campground.
Yeah, the coyotes go running with all that howling. So he came and I walked out to greet him, and I went to shake his hand, and I missed at first. So I think he knew where we were at that point. And then our good friend Mark came there even later.
Okay.
And he set up at night, and I was of no help whatsoever.
Really?
I handed him a lantern and walked the other direction.
I have a hard time believing that you would be completely useless at a camp out.
At that moment I was.
Yeah.
The whole next day I was not useless.
Okay. So you rebounded well.
Bratwurst from Elburn, Illinois. A
Mm.
place called Reams.
Okay.
Now, if you're going to get meat from a place named Reams, it better be tasty.
Then you should expect people on a podcast to giggle when they say it, pretty much.
Well, this podcast. So we had the brats. They were fantastic. We had homemade
Where was
chili.
where was the meat from?
Reams.
Reams.
First part was fake. Second part was a real giggle. Reams. And then chili. We had chicken Takaziki, Teraziki,
Tetrazoni?
Tetraziki, something like that.
Okay.
Good friend Mark made that fantastic. Made
I bet
kebabs. So it was a fantastic weekend we spent at Yellowstone Lake State Park, not the one in Wyoming. This one's right in Wisconsin. There, never heard of it before.
Okay.
And we just found it on a map and went there, and it's a gorgeous place. Huge ravines. It's one of those things that Wisconsin does. They like to find beautiful places, put a fence around it, and charge you to get in.
Oh, well,
so
can't blame them.
That's what they do.
I thought you were going to say they hide it from all the people from Illinois.
Well, they do that first.
You can't blame them for that.
For the first
either.
2 years, only Wisconsin people can get in. Then they realize that they get bored with it, and then they got to let Illinois come up. And the whole New Glarus beer thing, too, that you can't buy it in Illinois.
Yes.
It's brewed in New Glarus, Wisconsin, which is not, well, maybe 20 minutes from Yellowstone.
Oh,
we didn't,
okay.
We
I
didn't
didn't
stop
realize
there.
that's
I always
where that
wanted to go
was.
to the brewery. But as soon as you cross the border, I mean, you're in Beloit, right there in southern Wisconsin, and they have New Glarus all over.
Yep.
And it's 6 bottles for $10 because they know we're going to pay for it. And we do. And we did. And I drank totally naked with 2 ladies and a spotted cow.
I was just going to ask you what your favorite flavor was, but
all of them.
You actually listed 3
Yes.
in that one sentence.
There's also Man on the Moon. Not real thrilled with that because that reminds me of Alex Randau's
the
Rebel,
yeah,
sock you in the mouth and punch you in the gut beers. But yeah, those are the names of the beers: Totally Naked, 2 Women, and Spotted Cow.
Spotted Cow.
So if you drink them all, you drink the trifecta. You're drinking Totally Naked with 2 women and a Spotted Cow.
There you go.
And by the end of the night, who cares? So that was a good time. And graduation, your son graduated. That's fantastic.
Yes.
He's
Yeah.
done.
It was a little touch and go there for a while, right around spring break. It was like.
Imagine a lot of graduates start thinking ahead at that point.
Yeah, I can't say I blame them. It's just, I'm supposed to be the adult, and so I got to...
Reams.
Yeah.
It's about as giggly as Lee being an adult.
So, but yeah, no, he graduated. He actually did very well this semester. Pulled off better grades than I was expecting. So, I think pulled off better grades than he might have been expecting.
Now, if I were to pull out my report card from my senior year, I'm sure he did much better than me. Not that that's saying anything.
I think we should one of these days. I was trying to figure out what would have been on my transcript, these days too, but I don't remember.
How would you even get that? Can you get them from the schools?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can pick one up.
Really?
I had to, at one point, I don't think I actually tried my hand at substitute teaching, but I was ready to, and one of the things they ask you for is your high school transcript. So I know you can get it.
Well, mine would probably just make them giggle.
Probably.
Yeah, it wasn't impressive. So, very good job, young Gardner. Very good job for doing that. One other thing that goes along with the BRODEO there
Yes.
is I had another camping experience that wasn't really a camping experience. It was an experience on the phone with a campground, if I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you weren't at the campground yet?
Now, there's a campground called Yogi Bear in Amboy, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
O'Connell's Yogi Bear Campground.
Okay.
Or the Yellowstone series of campgrounds. And we camped there several times. So we decided we wanted to camp there for Memorial Day. And I booked this back in February. Because if you don't, it fills up. So back in February, I call them up, and they said, we don't have our pricing ready yet. So well, I want to book a site, but I don't know what I'm paying. They said, well, go ahead and book it. Give us a $25 deposit. When the pricing comes out, we'll send you a bill for the rest. Okay. Well,
fair enough.
Whatever.
Yeah.
We're going to camp there anyways.
Yeah.
Well, we finally got the bill, and it was like 2 months later. And this was me.
Well into the
maybe
camping season.
But like 2 months later, and it was $50 more than the year before.
Okay.
For 3 nights. And I'm like, I'm not going to spend whatever it was, $280 for 3 nights at a campground. I could be staying in the Radisson. So that defeats the whole purpose of staying in a camper and cheap vacations, all that stuff. So I said I'd like to cancel and I want my $25 back. And they said, oh no, we can't do that. It's a non-refundable deposit.
It was a deposit.
So I got a little angry about that. And asked to speak to the manager, got the same spiel, and then I decided to write corporate.
Oh.
Because I've heard that works. I've never done it. I've never gone above and wrote corporate for a $25 deposit.
You know what? I got to tell you, Studio Marty that shows up could write the book on on how to present your case to corporate entities.
I'm sure he
could. Yeah, we'll have to remember that next time he's around. I know he's got several stories.
Well, after you see what I've done in my story, he may want to refer to me.
Hey, all right.
So, of course, I'm not going to bore the details of the entire email. However, I will read you some excerpts. Am I saying that right?
Close enough. Excerpt. There's a P.
Is there a P?
Yes.
I didn't know there's a P.
Yes, excerpt.
Random happen circumstance. I'll get my vocabulary straight. But anyways, we went back and forth in a couple emails, and they said, I'm sorry, we can't do it. And so I went to corporate. Corporate actually called them and said, we can ask them to do it, but it's a private franchise. We can't make them do it.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
So they called and said, you should give this guy's $25 back. They sent me an email to me and corporate and said, no.
Oh.
So now I was a little perturbed. So
what color middle finger did they send you?
It was blue with brown fur on it.
Hey, boo-boo boy.
It was the Beast from X-Men. So, Rudy was this gentleman's name. He's the manager at O'Connell's.
Ooh,
And I'll read you what I wrote back after I was told no and after they told corporate no. I said, I think you're missing a few key points. Let me sum up the facts for you. And I told him, basically, I reserved a spot not knowing what the price was.
Right.
And if you'd have told me that price to begin with, I would have never reserved it.
Sure.
Because I would have made my decision then. But what this is turning into is I have to pay $25 to you to find out how much it costs to camp in your campground.
Right.
That's what I paid for. But I went and put this quote in the middle of my letter. And it's in quotes.
I hope it's from Ralph Waldo Emerson or something.
Oh, no. It gets even better.
Okay.
I put in bold lettering, I paid $25 to a campground to have the privilege of waiting to find out they were overpriced. Then in quotes, any consumer shall reserve the right to receive a refund of all debt collected if final price agreed upon is not mutually accepted by both parties and or transaction has not officially been accepted in writing by seller and purchaser.
Benjamin Franklin.
And then afterwards I said, in other words, if you can kindly show me the binding agreement I signed, that I was aware of your cancellation policy, I will hang up the phone and I will never call you again.
Oh.
Got a letter back in 3 days saying, we have approved your refund.
Well, there you go.
You know where I got that quote from? My head. Completely made it up as I was typing. Didn't say where it was from. I didn't give her credit to anything. I just made it up and threw a whole bunch of terms in there. And I got my $25 back. So, Marty, if you need that, you can borrow it. I may copyright it, though.
From JDawg.
So anybody needs that in text, send it to them. You can send me a $25 fee.
I think you just...
legal fee.
I think you just wrote the back of our next shirt.
What was that thing you sent me today from The Simpsons? Should be our motto.
Oh, God.
Okay, I have to look it up in my text here. Lee sent it to me and said this should be the next motto of our show.
JDawg and Leevis.
Actually, was it an email or was it a text?
I think it was an email.
It probably was an email, so I'll try and find it here as we go along.
But it was, speaking of Wiggins, wasn't that Ralph Wiggins?
I believe it's right here.
Yeah.
This is the new, should be the new motto for the JDawg and Leevis show. Individually, we are weak like a single twig.
That's totally true.
But as a bundle, we form a mighty faggot.
It's even more true.
Please look up what that term actually means, because it means a huge bundle of sticks together in a group and make a fire.
Nice job, JDawg. That's kind of an obscure... I suppose you know you're...
I was a Boy Scout.
Okay, fair enough.
I know all about faggots. But that's not coming out right. But yes, I have built a faggot before and lit it on fire.
Well, there you
go. A faggot of sticks. So yes, individually we are weak like a single twig, but as a bundle, JDawg and Leevis form a mighty faggot. So there you go.
You can see why I thought of you.
Also we were talking about graduation in high school, and that's another topic you brought up earlier, and I'm having a real hard time with this one. There was an article in the news in the, where was it? The Washington
Post. That's where I saw it anyway. I'm sure it's other places.
It's another high school kid showing off.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
First year son showing off with grades, making me feel bad about myself. Now this guy, the title of the article says, high school junior completes, it doesn't make sense, 7,000 pull-ups to shatter world records. 7,000 consecutive?
Records. Yes.
And there's a picture of him just like hanging from the bar while he's in the middle of it. And
He's not like a super beastie looking guy. I mean, he's
no, not at all.
pretty
Well,
leaned out.
I would think you couldn't be beastie because you couldn't lift all that weight that many times.
Exactly. I think you'd have to lean out.
And what is this? Is this like the 4-hour mark?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
of
you see,
constant pull-ups.
He set records for the 6 hour. He did the most in 6 hours. He did the most in 12 hours, and then continued on to do over 7,000 in 24 hours.
Was it 7,000 exactly?
No.
Like quit right there, or was it?
No,
'cause it doesn't say the exact
apparently
number.
some Czech dude from Europe
6,800.
yeah, set the record last year for 6,800 in 24 hours.
Now, is this consecutive, or does he take breaks? And it's just however many he got in 6 hours.
There's got to be breaks involved.
I would think so.
I can't imagine that you would hang for 24 hours.
Here, Andros Shapiro was his name. Quest to set Guinness World Record began 7 months ago with American Ninja Warrior. Well, those are the guys that could probably do it.
Yes.
I mean, it's going to give it a try. Yeah, that guy, the record before was 1,600 completed by an athlete in the Czech Republic. And that was in 24 hours.
You say the Czech Republic.
I said the Czech. Czechoslovakia?
Closer.
Well, it's funner to say Czech.
Czech, yeah. I'm like the C isn't at the
Czech Republic.
The Z isn't at the end there, JDawg, but that's okay.
Ches-
I'm still impressed that you know the actual
Well, fine,
definition.
then it's the Czech
faggot.
Republic.
So,
Do you want me to say it right? I'll say it right.
Czechish.
He was Czechish. And he did 1,624 hours. This kid did 5,712 hours. So,
Yes.
sorry, Jan Kars of the Czech Republic.
Then he went on to do 7,300.
My gosh.
So he actually did
There it
7,300
is.
in 24 hours.
Having put his chin above the bar 7,306 times. He credits his success to the American Ninja Warrior, Star Wars movies, sushi, and pineapple.
Yeah.
Well, I love Star Wars.
He clearly doesn't have a girlfriend.
My daughter and I love sushi.
There you go.
I just need to eat more pineapple.
I think you're a
And I'm on my
pineapple
way.
away. Mhm.
I'm going to try and set the record for 2 seconds. see if I can get one done.
There's for endurance training. It says that he would do 10 pull-ups a minute for 6 hours consecutively.
While watching Star Wars movies.
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense. As well as Indiana Jones and X-Men flicks.
Yeah, you'd have
I'm thinking,
to,
how can you do it to only Star Wars?
Right.
You got to throw in, and there it is, Indiana Jones and X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
So, blood, sweat, and hours of hard work. No crap.
Exactly.
You did you have to say that? So he raised $4,000 for the American Cancer Society, and of course reached his goal. So good job, job, Shapiro, for doing that. But
Gives you something to shoot for there, JDawg.
He's got awfully bushy eyebrows.
Wait a minute. So the kid does 7,000 pull-ups, and all you're consumed him with is his eyebrows?
Look at him.
I think you're jealous.
They're huge. Those are drawn on. They're drawn on for aerodynamics, going up and down the whole time. So, yeah, that's pretty impressive. If you ever want to feel bad about yourself, go ahead and read this article while you're sitting there eating potato chips on the couch, looking for the remote.
Even at the gym, there were a bunch of us just kind of shaking our heads at it. It's just like, holy cow. Interesting goal.
Well, the American Ninja Warrior show, my daughter loves it.
Yes.
And we recorded on the DVRs there. We pop it on when we're both sitting in the room, and it's just ridiculous what these guys do. Although Saturday Night Live just did a take on it, and some guy called himself Captain Tornado.
Okay.
And he's just this little fat guy, and he was doing it for his family. They showed his family down in the crowd. They're all cheering him on. One person's in a wheelchair, and they're all like fat, but they're cheering him on, and they got a picture of his face on their T-shirts. And he gets up there, and he goes through a whole interview, and he gets ready, and he does the first obstacle and puts his foot on it and falls in the water. And it just showed probably about what 92% of America would do if they tried those courses.
Yes.
You would jump on the first pad and fall in the water.
Yeah.
And they make it look so easy, and it's ridiculous. But, on the other hand, I have a life. Because in
That's
order
true.
to get there, I would think they'd be in the gym 12 hours a day.
Well, yeah, or, watching Star Wars for 6 of it. So, now, come on, tell me that you haven't sat and watched 6 hours of Star Wars.
While eating potato chips sitting on the couch.
Well, okay, so
the only reason I had to watch is because I couldn't find the remote to turn it off.
He does pull-ups, you eat chips, I mean...
We could be best friends. Just get one of those pull-up bars in the doorway, and he could do them right there in the kitchen, and I could sit on the couch, have conversation.
He would never have to fight you for the pull-up bar. And I suspect he would appreciate that.
And I would never have to fight him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wouldn't give him a single chip. And again, I don't think he'd want one. Although that would be kind of romantic if I fed him potato chips while he was pull-upping.
Actually, though, what about the sushi? How much sushi do you think that boy consumes if he's going to, be in that kind of shape?
Well, at a sushi bar once, there was a gal next to me, and she sits down because at the sushi station in Elgin, Illinois, it's just all single seating, and you're literally sitting next to strangers, which is fine. Actually, it's a good way to meet people. So I sit down, and she orders, I don't remember what they call it, but it's just a clump of rice with a piece of meat on top.
Okay.
There's a term for it. And then, of course, there's sushi rolls, which I enjoy.
Yes.
But the other one, and I get it every once in a while, I don't mind it, but it's not what I get all the time. She ordered like 15 of them. Took all the rice and pushed it to the side and just started guzzling all the meat. And I had to ask her, I'm like, why do you waste the rice? And she's like, I'm training for a marathon, and I need my protein. I'm like, wouldn't it be cheaper to just go to the store and buy a piece of fish than paying for sushi?
Yeah.
And she's like, but then I don't get to come here.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not going to, whatever. But yeah, she just garbled down all the raw meat and decided that's how she was going to train. So this guy, think how many calories he's burning.
Exactly.
He'd probably have to eat like 26 pieces every 5 minutes. What was his name? Michael Phelps, the Gould swimmer.
Yes.
Something like 18 to 20,000 calories a day he would eat.
Yes.
Because he burned 25.
I remember you saying that
and a
long time ago.
He didn't even eat healthy. He just had to get calories. He was eating stacks of pancakes and 3 Big Macs. And
right.
He just had to have calories. So I guess if you're going to do it, you got to fuel the body.
Yep.
So
speaking of weird regimes, I was recently physically challenged to a duel.
You? Physically challenged?
To a duel, yes.
To a duel.
I've been called out, and there's a guy out there that wants to arm wrestle me.
Oh. Do we have a name?
I don't know a whole lot about arm wrestling, so I don't know what that means. Yeah, Keith, if you want a piece of me,
I thought you were going to say like jackhammer or something.
No, but he's one of those deceptively wiry guys, because when I knew him, when I first met him, he wasn't working out. So I don't think, Keith, my buff friend, I just think, Keith, but, actually he has been working out for several years now. Ah. So, it is, I suspect it's going to be an issue. But, so, he has brought forth this challenge that's just simply, I want to arm wrestle you. But the real question is how can I bend this to my advantage? So, because I suspect, first of all, he's like 12, so of course he's, young and wiry and gonna...
Well, what I'm thinking right off the bat.
So
it needs to be done right here. Live on the podcast.
Probably.
Bring the 12-year-old in.
Yeah, I think so.
Get Lee going, get the camera out, and then we'll post it on YouTube.
Fair enough. I'm down with that. But I feel like I need to add like one of those contingencies. You know how the bad guy, says, sure, I'll take you up on that.
Yeah.
However, dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
So,
hold on.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, that's Matt.
Yeah, no, it's not an Asian contingency.
I'll find you something on the Videonics board.
So, but I feel like I need to go, yes, but only left-handed, or something like that. Yeah, to be like, so he has that, oh crap, maybe I might actually lose this.
Well, now I know for a fact that Lee's left hand is much weaker than his right hand. It's the muscles in the forearm. So
all about the forearm stuff.
We were talking about that whole thing where he didn't like spending time with his family.
Oh.
Spends a lot of time alone. Popeye.
Anyway.
So,
but yeah, so this has given me something to think about, and I don't know how to train for this. I mean,
to defeat a 12-year-old in arm wrestling.
Yes, exactly.
Who am I laughing? Like I'm even going to try and arm wrestle him. My lord.
But this is one of those cases where having a reputation for fitness, may cause me more problems than it's worth.
Maybe.
But,
maybe.
Oh, well.
But I do see a lot on the Facebooks
Yes.
of all the people saying I had a great workout tonight.
I'm there.
Thanks to Lee.
They do the workout. They do
So-
the work. I just help.
Yeah, you just kind of yell at them.
And sometimes I yell.
Yeah.
I've gotten away from like the super yelling.
Well, I'll
but-
tell you, I've actually taken classes at the Power Combat Fitness, and I've had Lee as an instructor.
Okay.
And as long as he didn't make eye contact with me, I was fine. Because I told you about the eyes.
Well, yeah, and once we're together, we're a mighty faggot.
It's just who we are.
It's better at the gym if we stay as our single sticks. So.
Lit bright, that faggot is. So, yeah, it's the eyes. But it was really difficult to do the workouts blindfolded was the problem. And every once in a while I would hear Lee's voice on the other side of the room, but then I would feel a hand on my shoulder. But there was nobody near me.
I'm everywhere, but nowhere.
I should probably talk to the host of the Black Dog radio show about that, because he knows all about the paranormal. And he could tell me why Lee's hands were on my shoulder and his voice was in the corner of the room.
I'm actually a ventriloquist dummy.
Oh, well, there you go. Come over and sit on my lap and let me put my hand up the...
there you go.
In the, what do they call that? Could you
back.
call it the back, or I guess it would be the mouth hole, because that's where you put it in to control the mouth, right? Yeah, the mouth hole.
Armhole? I don't know.
But I guess I didn't tell you. Maybe I should tell you.
You're a ventriloquist?
June 2nd, which is a Thursday.
It seems like ages from now.
2 weeks
but
from
yes.
2 weeks from tonight.
Okay.
Big Black Dog radio host Rich Aw is going to be here in the studio.
The Rich Aw?
The Rich Aw.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we're going to hit him up about his books. We're going to hit him about his show. And
is he as sexy as he sounds? Have you seen him?
Oh, my God. Let me tell you. I mean, there's the balding and the beard thing going on, but then...
Oh, yeah. Well, how
that's
I feel
just from the
about
neck
that.
up. You from the neck down, it's a party, let me tell you. And you'll see when he's here. But yeah, we're going to get him in studio and ask him why his show is so successful and ours is so terrible.
Oh.
And, maybe give us some hints.
I'm sure he's going to, reveal all of his secrets.
Well, just see...
For 3 low payments of $19.95.
And one real difficult payment of $17.89. So yeah, he will be here on June 2nd. The host of the Black Dog radio show, Richard Aw. Author and sexy beast. We'll just leave it at that. Very good. So we also have another treat tonight.
Okay.
I don't think this has happened since around podcast 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Has it been that long?
There's a guy that we really enjoy having on the show, and he's just sitting at home waiting for us to call him. Because he's not going to call us.
No, I says, well, we wouldn't answer.
Because then he'd have to use his minutes. Wait a minute, don't you have to use minutes? Then we got to.
Yeah.
So I guess it doesn't matter. But he's still waiting for us to call him.
Okay.
And that would be Mr. Michael Allen Gould
Hey.
from the Spider Bones.
Okay.
And you know what he's going to do?
I have an idea.
What do you think he's going to do?
I think he's going to teach words,
Yes.
like how to say Chazek correctly.
How to say Chazak.
Chazak.
Chazak
my bad.
Republic.
Yeah.
He's going to teach us about the Urban Dictionary Update. Let's get a hold of him. Here comes your Urban Dictionary Update. Live from the North Brown Studios with the lead vocalist of Spiderbone, the baddest heavy metal band this side of the Continental Divide, Michael Allen Gould. Mr. Michael Allen Gould, live on the JDawg and Leevis show. How are you this evening?
Hey.
First, hey, I wasn't totally convinced.
No, I
but,
was not convinced at all.
He manned up by the end of that. Took a couple more hays than I was expecting, but
JDawg and Leevis. What's up?
Well, thank you for letting us dive into your busy schedule. We know you have at least 6 or 7 radio shows this week and a couple of bookings on CNN next week. So
he's everywhere. The jet lag. How do you deal with that?
It's rough, Jim. It's rough,
Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule. Let's get right to it, though. We have not been educated by you since podcast number 6. We are now on podcast 14, and I don't know why we took so long.
I can't believe we've gone this long without learning any, actual vocabulary.
so much.
And I have already been corrected several times tonight by So I really need some help here with my vocabulary.
Actually, before we get into the urban dictionary, let's start with the regular dictionary. So,
I never owned a copy of that.
Michael, can you help me out here? Is it how do you pronounce the country formerly known as Czechoslovakia? There's a big chunk of it that is now called is it the Czech Republic, or is it the Czech Republic?
I think it is the Czech Republic.
Thank you, Michael. See, take that, Leevis.
Czech.
It's the Chazizzle Republic. And they all eat at Sizzler.
That's right.
It's the most popular fast food restaurant over there. Phonizzle my Chasizzle.
I had no idea they were so cool.
It's all about the Sizzler, man. It's worldwide.
So, yeah, you're going to see in our geographical location statistics, we're going to have the Czech Republic at about 75% of our listeners now.
I can feel an explosion in your future, definitely.
What does that mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, I should clarify that. Not.
No, you don't need to clarify that.
No, let's just let that one lay
population
there.
explosion.
Oh, your ancestors on my desk. Well, without further ado, Michael, why don't you dive into your Urban Dictionary there and give us your first word of the evening?
All right.
Hold on, let me one more drink of whiskey so I can prepare.
Nice. Drink for me, please. Please.
Okay, we are ready.
All right. I'm going to push the envelope a little bit tonight because as I do more extensive research on these urban terms, they do get a bit more detailed, and the kids today, dude, are pretty nasty, dude.
Well, let's just say the Tonight Show has already touched the boundaries, so have at it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm all about touching the tip, dude. I'm telling you.
Just the tip. Just the tip. Be careful.
Sometimes tips will touch, you know?
And then the electric hammer ensues. Yowzer!
Yeah, it's like a double hammer.
Righty.
Bring it on!
The first one I have for you tonight is the Dick Wap.
Now, did you spell the last word?
W-A-P.
Okay, wap.
Okay.
Dick wap, okay.
Dick Wap.
I might have even said that once in my life.
Dick Wap.
I'm sure you've done it. I'm sure. Well, if you're a guy, you've done it many times.
Dick Wap.
So, a dick wap is the act of slapping someone in the face with a penis-like object.
A dick wap.
JDawg has done that.
Wait a minute. You weren't there that night, Leevis.
You just said penis-like object.
Oh, yeah, but you weren't there that night.
Well, okay. No, but I have a YouTube account, and I've seen the...
So a dick wap would be a cucumber to the cheek.
Oh,
Or
there you
any meat substitute, you know?
Like a brat from Reams. Uncle Wiggins could help you out there.
That doesn't age on the counter for 3 days?
That's right. It doesn't melt.
Age on the counter.
Oh, dick wap. Dick wap. All right.
So next time I throw a banana at you, then we have a name for it.
Well, now in China, you could really get in trouble for dick whapping a banana.
Yeah, depending on how you work that banana, too.
Very frowned upon.
As long as you don't stream it, I don't see what the problem is.
You know, you got a point.
Yeah.
If you just do it in a restaurant.
We can do it in the privacy of North Brown Studios.
Yes, we could. Yes, we could.
Did you say cream it?
Stream. Like,
oh, good God. Jeez. It could have been something totally
creaming
different.
it would have been far more amusing. I wish I had said that. But now you've given JDawg ideas, and
indeed, I'm writing something down right now.
Yeah, I can hear the blender going now.
That's against the law.
In Utah.
Portugal.
Oh, no.
Portugal?
Oh, let's...
Terrible.
Yeah, Portugal. Oh, goodness. Don't they make chocolate there?
Anyways, I feel like I'm sitting in between you two, and I'm missing it.
We'll catch you up on that one.
All right.
Let's move on to our second word of the evening from the Urban Dictionary Update with Michael Allen Gould.
All right, this might be my favorite one of the evening.
Of the evening or the whole series?
Just this evening. It's not as good as others, but I think it's got some serious potential to be reenacted on unsuspecting
Hard
victims.
to beat the Chicago waffle. I mean, let's just put that out there.
Yes, it is.
Well, you can be the judge of that, because this is pretty good.
All right.
Here
Now,
we go.
this is called the Abe Lincoln.
Why is that funny? Why is that funny?
Because you know why? I know why it's funny. It's because there is absolutely no indication as to why it should be funny, but we know it's going to be
Dude,
something.
when you involve good old Abe, dude,
Exactly.
it's nothing but shenanigans.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I hope it involves a $5 bill. That would really amuse me. Or Lincoln Logs. One of the two.
I think you're in the ballpark, but all right, here, an Abe Lincoln is when an unconscious person gets jizzed on the face, gets their own pubes cut and applied to their face to form a beard, and then adorned with a top hat. The Abe Lincoln, ladies and gentlemen.
4 7 minutes ago, I passed out.
Makes you know you're a
gosh.
president, you know?
I'd vote for him.
I'm better than what we got running right now.
That's right. I'll vote for Abe Lincoln.
Is there a tag above explicit we can throw on this one?
Just vote for Abe, man. Vote for Abe.
Oh,
Come on.
Shock
Jeez.
Jock Radio. Vote for Abe. There it is. The next JDawg and Leevis T-shirt. Vote for Abe.
We'll make his face great again.
What I want to know, okay, so an Abe Lincoln just happened, but it hasn't been named that yet, which means there's 2 drunk guys standing over this person going, he looks kind of like Abe Lincoln. Let's put a hat on him.
You got something there. Go grab your top hat.
Or they're just tossing around presidents and trying to figure out which one's going to look better, you know? Wonder what a George Washington would look like, you know?
Well, it has something to do with a mushroom. Mushroom on the head. Oh. Well, I'm thinking at the end of the year we may have like a top 5 countdown of the top 5 Urban Dictionaries.
That's a great idea.
Abe Lincoln.
Yeah, liking that.
Abe Lincoln
dude.
might
Could
hit
be
the
good.
top 5. Oh my goodness.
That'd be an interesting salad.
Oh, we are now deep in the heart of the Urban Dictionary.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I
Deep
think
in the heart, baby.
Mike has just decided to flip to the middle of the book and just point his finger at one tonight. So
That's funny you say that, because that's exactly what I did with this next one.
lay it on us.
And it-
Not an Abe Lincoln.
Yes, right.
Not an Abe Lincoln, but
we're
lay
still,
the third
We're
one
still
on us.
conscious, though.
Now, this one is something that every man has thought about at least 5 times in their life.
I'm sure I'm thinking about it right now.
You probably thought about it before you called me, but this one is called a BLUMPKIN.
A Blumpkin?
BLUMPKIN.
A BLUMPKIN. BLUMPKIN.
BLUMPKIN. JDawg is in hysterics over here. He can't even talk.
Oh, the things I think about doing with a Blumpkin. Happy Halloween.
All right.
Is that kind of like a blimpkin?
It actually has nothing to do with a pumpkin or Halloween. It's actually,
Really?
yeah, it's more of a constitutional mourning type thing.
Oh,
What?
and that's what I
Yeah,
thought
it-
next.
I'm keeping with the presidential thing here, you know. A BLUMPKIN is the delicately balanced art of getting your knob slobbed while taking a dump.
Lord.
A BLUMPKIN.
And you are so right. Lee was just talking about that before the show.
And how wonderful after the paperwork is done, you know?
I just didn't know it had a name.
It does in the Urban Dictionary.
Sounds like something you'd order from the at-home, shopping network or something.
BLUMPKIN 2.0.
I'd like an Abe Lincoln with a side of Blumpkin. Oh, Michael Allen Gould.
Terrible, it's terrible. But, hey, it's things that us men think about occasionally,
Hey, it's got to be put out there. People need to know what these things mean. Because if you're sitting in a restaurant and you're with your kids and you hear somebody say, hey, I was thinking about a Blumpkin, you know to get up and move to another booth now.
Yes, you certainly
you won't have to subject your children to that.
certainly wouldn't want to be in the dark about
You'll
when a
know
BLUMPKIN's
exactly what
going
it
on.
is.
Well, no,
Exactly.
well, she'd probably want to be in the dark.
That smells kind of funny down here.
Oh, Michael Allen Gould.
Boy.
Terrible.
All joking aside, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
Oh,
About to have a serious moment with JDawg.
yes.
I like
I'm
that.
probably going to re-listen to this one like 6 times before I go to bed tonight. But on a more serious note, let's get back to Michael Allen Gould and Spiderbone.
Yes.
I believe it's not this weekend, but I believe the weekend after on May 28th. I think there's
You are
something
correct.
going on. Why don't you tell us about that?
Well, Mr. JDawg, there is a monster heavy metal shindig going down in the beautiful city of Aurora, the city of lights.
It is the City of Lights. I was just going to mention that. Yes. Down
Well,
by
it
the
might be the
riverside.
city of tights that night, dude. It's the city of tights, I'm telling you. It could be crotchless tights.
The only problem with being the City of Lights is you actually see the dead bodies floating down the river. If they just turn the lights off, it'd probably be a much more romantic place.
That's right.
So where's the
You'll
show?
notice my leather Speedo, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. There's Abe Lincoln now. No, not the Abe Lincoln.
There's Abe
There's
Lincoln and
yeah.
an Ab Lincoln. And Abe Lincoln.
Nab Lincoln, yes.
Is that an Ab Lincoln?
Well, actually, there's a river in the Czech Republic that you can find a lot of Abe Lincolns floating down. So in Aurora,
The visual.
May 28th, give us the time, give us who you're playing with, where's it at?
We are playing at the End Zone Bar and Grill, a beautiful establishment on Farnsworth Avenue in the beautiful east side of Aurora, I believe, with the most rocking band Spillage and Convoy, our brothers in metal.
Nice.
Fantastic.
What is there? What's the cover? Do you know?
The cover, I believe, is like $5, I think.
Ooh.
Pretty affordable.
Just an Abe Lincoln and you're in.
Drop a couple of curlies at the front door, man.
I just figured that out.
Wear a beard, you're in.
So,
I don't have $5, but I do have an Abe Lincoln.
man, I forgot my wallet. But
$5 for 3 No.
Is that hair gel on your cheek?
so this is going to be the first show with the new drummer, right?
Why, yes, it is. First show, indeed.
Great.
Yes, we're very stoked about that. We're pretty well rehearsed. We got one more rehearsal before this thing, and then we got a pretty good set for that night set up. We'll be doing a couple of cover songs, which we really don't do a whole lot of. We'll be doing an Alice in Chains tune and an Audio Slave tune, which is cool. So
Nice.
it'll be a little treat.
Nice.
And some Sinead O'Connor.
That and a little Perry Como, and
I hope you do that Bach rock again. That's my
you know
favorite.
it.
So I'm curious if we can divert just a hair. So where does a metal band practice? I mean, do you do it at your house and get the cops called on you like 3 times a week, or how does this work? Do you find like a field and you just go out in the middle of it?
No, actually, we rehearse at a massage studio,
What?
a massage parlor.
Of course you do.
Well, we can get happy endings when we're finished.
Oh, I see.
And if you're lucky, a BLUMPKIN. While playing a guitar solo.
Like Abe Lincoln.
So give us
So
the...
actually, we do rehearse in a basement, a pretty soundproof basement in Marengo.
Oh,
it is a Marengo.
I should be able to hear you from Belvedere, then.
I would think so.
Yeah.
And Genoa.
Pretty close, yeah. I mean, yeah.
So, yeah. Well, we like to keep the riffraff out of Belvedere. So, you just stay there in Marengo.
And that's why the show's here. I'm not allowed in Belvedere.
There's a lot of riffraff there, let me tell you.
So give us the information about your website where people can go to get information about the show.
They can go to either Spiderbone on Facebook. We got a Facebook page, and we also are at www.spiderbone.net.
And that would be
Is our official
Spiderbone,
website.
Spyderbone.
You are correct. It was Spiderbone with a Y.
That is correct.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Gould...
Plenty of pictures and all that good
Pictures?
stuff. I look like Abe Lincoln in a few of them, and
I'd vote for you.
Well, if you ever do decide to pull an Abe Lincoln, please get a picture so we can post it on the website.
it's spread eagle, man, spread eagle.
Well, Mr. Gould, thank you very much for coming on and giving us this education tonight. It's been absolutely, absolutely outstanding.
My pleasure, JDawg and Leevis. My pleasure.
I mean, not only are we educated, we are now educated on things that we think about on a daily basis, and now we know why we're thinking about them.
You could put a name to it now.
That's right.
Beautiful.
All right, well,
Amen, brothers.
peace out, Mr. Gould. Thanks again for coming on.
Hasta pasta.
We'll get you back here a little bit sooner the next time. I don't think we should wait so long.
I don't think so either.
God bless you, brothers. And just remember, vote Abe Lincoln.
Thank you, sir. Have a wonderful evening.
JDawg and Leevis. JDawg and Leevis.
Later. Well, that was a little enlightening.
I had no idea those things had names.
I mean, I have names for them. But now I know what they're actually called.
Yes. Now you know the rest of the world has different names.
And he actually picked a couple tonight by saying Abe Lincoln and the word BLUMPKIN. Just funny before you even start.
Exactly.
Just funny words.
What was the first? Oh, Dick Wap. Yes.
I forgot all about it. After Abe Lincoln, I couldn't even remember the first one.
What were you running around slapping people with at your office one time? Or were you just slapping people and videotaping it?
That's like every day. Pick a day, and I'll tell you what I was slapping them with. Tuesday was eggplant. Oh, well, we got a little deep in the show with that, but there's one thing I wanted to get to tonight, and it's kind of feeding right off this because it's a phone call that I took this week. I think we all did prank calls when we were kids, once or twice here. You call up, you do the Jerky Boys thing. Is your refrigerator running? Then you better catch it. Hang up the phone. Everybody laughs. Well, this is kind of a reverse situation because at my daytime job...
you don't do this full time?
At night. I'll be broadcasting every night, starting tomorrow. So at the full-time job, we have a main phone number, and every once in a while we get calls from solicitors.
Sure.
So my counterpart next to me, Seamus O'Leary,
yes,
who sits right there next to me, he's actually from Elgin, Ireland, but he works in Elgin, Illinois. It's quite a commute.
Yeah,
to tell you the truth.
I would think so.
So we get the call, and I'll answer it, and right away you got to grab the phone and record it. So they're about to get something, and they don't know what's coming.
Okay.
So what we got this time was somebody calling up trying to sell a security system. In other words, you are the such and such caller, and you are going to win a security system. All you have to do is pay for 3 years of service, and we give you the equipment for free. So I have actually broken this up into parts because the calls themselves were probably about 9 minutes long.
Okay.
Because I would let them go throughout their whole spiel.
Wait,
and then,
multiple calls?
Well, there was 2 different calls that this happened.
Okay.
And I captured both moments.
I see.
So this first part, the guy's name is Steven, and this is just his quick opening. I'll just play it so you can kind of understand where we were going with this. As soon as I actually turn the volume up here.
Hi, my name is Steven. I'm a security specialist here at Lion Security. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. Now, it looks like you was interested in hearing more about getting a home and fire protector, correct?
For free? Heck yeah.
With services I purchased in a cell phone, we provide you with the basic equipment at no charge.
So just playing that, you can kind of see he's calling up, I want to sell you this product, are you interested? And I'm like, well, heck yeah, I'm interested. So he went on with this whole spiel. So moving on, he got to a term that I didn't understand right away. He was talking about part of their security system called smash and crash.
Smash and crash.
It's a panel that you can, that if the burglar comes in while it's going off and he smashes the panel, it'll still send a signal.
Oh.
But this is what happened with the smash and crash
That
portion.
sounds
of
like
the
an
call.
Urban Dictionary thing.
It does, doesn't it? Right off bat, right after a BLUMPKIN. So here's the smash and crash portion.
The keypad not only comes with our smash and crash technology, which means it continues sending a signal even though the intruder takes it off from the wall.
Did you say smash and crash?
Correct.
What is smash and crash? Is that the name of the two pit bulls you're going to bring over?
No, sir. Now, the smash and crash technology is, for example, if somebody was trying to break into your home and grab your keypad and smash it against the floor, they would think that your system is completely demolished, but little do they know that your system is still being active and it's sending a signal to your local authorities.
Smash and crash.
All right?
All right.
Okay, so we've gotten through the smash and crash part. After that, he started to talk about how the system will actually phone in emergency situations like OnStar. So it's using cellular technology.
Okay.
Now, of course, he said like OnStar, but we took it just a little bit further than that.
Now, our system also comes with a two-way voice technology. Now, Rick, I'm sure you're familiar with OnStar, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
Fantastic. Now, the two-way voice technology is like having OnStar before your house. It allows us to actually speak with you live right through the keypad in case if there was an emergency in the home. And I'm sure you can agree in case of a fire, home invasion, or medical emergency, there is nothing more comforting than a voice letting you know the help is on the way, correct?
Correct.
Nothing more comforting.
Nothing.
And that's the incredible peace of mind our system provides for our customers.
Now, do they offer any kind of map and direction technology like the OnStar system?
I'm sorry? No.
Oh, okay. So it's basically just for emergencies,
Correct.
in case my airbag deploys.
Sir, we're talking about the home and family.
Oh, I thought you said I get OnStar with this service.
I said the two-way voice technology is like having OnStar before your house.
Okay, so he cleared himself up.
Yes.
I thought I was getting free OnStar service with my home service there. Then he went on to, and this was towards the end of the call now, the first call, and he was asking me, where do you think intruders will invade your home more often, the door or the window?
Oh.
And this is where we went with this part.
All right, now, where would you guess most intruders would try to enter the home, through windows or doors?
I'd say the chimney.
Yes, sir. Where would you guess most intruders will enter the home, through windows or doors?
Apparently you don't get to answer, Chimney.
No.
Are you asking me where I get into my home or where my guests get into the home? I'm misunderstanding the question.
Where would you guess an intruder
Oh, an
try to
intruder.
enter the home through?
Through the chimney. Because it's never locked. Doesn't that make sense? Hello? Hello?
And Stephen left us.
Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa Claus. Right down Santa Claus Lane.
So Stephen hung up on me, basically. I think he kind of realized that this was going nowhere.
Unbelievable.
But you know what Stephen did?
What did Stephen do?
Stephen gave me his phone number in the beginning of the call, in
Oh.
case we got disconnected.
Well, that was thoughtful of him.
So let's see what happens if we call Stephen back.
Hi, my name is Steven. I'm a security specialist here at Lion Security. How are you today?
Hey, Stephen, we were talking a little bit earlier. You called me. You were going to give me a free security system, and we got disconnected.
I'm sorry?
I was just talking to you a little bit ago about a free security system. We got disconnected.
Now let's just keep in mind also that I was using the name Rick Because why would I want to give him my real name?
You didn't use JDawg?
I probably should have.
Could have. Yeah.
So if you hear that, at least you know what's going on.
All right, not a problem. And now, to make sure that we have availabilities in your area, what is the zip code?
Oh, it's 60124. We went over that already.
Correct. This is Ricky?
Yeah, this is Ricky. We were talking about asking if I could put any kind of security on my chimney to keep Santa Claus out.
Yeah, this is Ricky. The reason why we got disconnected is because obviously you're not taking this seriously.
Oh, no, I'm taking it dead
I'd be more than
seriously.
happy to pass it on to somebody who really does need it.
Oh, no, I'm taking it dead seriously. Because Santa Claus keeps coming to my house and building up my kids' expectations for presents, and I have to buy them more expensive presents every year. So if you can keep them out of the house, I promise you I will buy your equipment.
All right, well, that will be something that you will have to deal with him. Right.
With who? Santa
now,
Claus?
In the future, when you are more serious about getting the home and family protected,
You don't
give us a
understand
call,
how
okay?
serious I am.
Suddenly I turned into Elf.
I am dead serious. You called me, and I'm giving you the reason I need the security system, and you want to just dump me off. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable service. Who's your manager?
Yes, I
You
went
want to
there.
speak with my manager right now?
Yes, please.
All right, so the final portion of this call is his manager coming out.
Oh.
So let's see what happened when the manager got out. I'm sure everything got straightened out,
Yeah.
and
Well, how wouldn't it?
and a security system was
I had
sold,
to go.
I'm sure.
I was going to say I had to go through the security system to get here tonight. So
Yes, you did. So obviously it was sold.
Yep.
So let's see what the manager says.
Hi, sir. This is Adam with Alliance Security. I'm one of the quality assurance managers over here. How can I help you?
Hi, Adam. How are you today?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. Appreciate that. How can I be of assistance?
Received a call today, and Stephen got on the line. He was going over all the details of your security system with me, and he got to a certain point and asked how intruders would possibly get into the house, and didn't like my answer, and then disconnected the call.
I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry. What was how did you respond to his question, if you don't want me asking? What question did he ask you?
Well, the response was, he said, how do intruders get in the house? And I said, most likely they'd want to come through the chimney because it's never locked, and they can get in very easily. I think it's a legitimate question. And the reason it's a legitimate question, Adam, it's a good thing I have you on the line, because I want everybody to know about this. There's this guy once a year that comes to my house, and his name...
His name's Santa Claus?
His name is Santa. You know him! So he's been to your house, too.
I know.
He's been to your house, too. So
I know.
So listen,
I
what...
actually got him arrested once.
What,
So,
there you go.
What I'm going to do is I can see you're not really taking it so seriously, so I'll pass it on to someone else and just have a fantastic day, okay?
Oh, man, you have a fantastic day, too, Adam.
So there you go. I think it was Alliance Security System trying to sell me a security system. And, I'm not the one calling them.
right.
They're reaching
not the
out.
first time. Yes.
So I will just play the end of this next call. This was about a week later. They called again.
Okay.
And it wasn't Steven. This was Dennis.
All right. You're
So I'm-
apparently on the list.
So let's just say, and there is a do not call number you can call to get off the list. Why would I do that? So I'm sure there'll be another one. But this guy called, and I let him go on with the whole spiel for about 9 minutes and 42 seconds.
Whoa.
Not going to play that.
Okay.
I'm going to play you the last 40 seconds
Okay.
of the call. So this was Dennis. Got all the way to the end where we were going to talk about address and payment. And let's see what happened.
Now, with that being said, I just got to confirm some information. Is Bob your first name, full first name, or is that short
course
for
it
like
is.
Robert?
No, it's Bob.
It's Bob? All right. And what is the correct spelling of your last name, Bob?
The last name is McGinty.
McGinty?
M-C...
All right, can you spell that for me?
M-C-G-I-N-T-Y.
Oh, okay. And do you have a middle initial, Bob?
Yeah, it's A.
All right, perfect. And with that being said, what would be the address that we would be coming out to protect for you, Bob?
You are the 101st caller on the JDawg and Leevis show, and you have just won absolutely nothing! Other than the fact that you just wasted all your time talking on the phone. I don't want your damn system! I don't want anything! As a matter of fact, my house is so safe, you can't get in it! So stop calling me! And listen to the JDawg and Leevis show. Have a great day!
And if you listen in the back there, he's actually cracking up. So I figure I might as well take this and make it a marketing opportunity for the podcast. And I'm sure they'll call again, so there might be more of that. But that's Jim's phone calls of the week.
My goodness.
Stephen and Dennis, working as hard as they can to sell Alliance security systems.
I can't wait until they try and sell a system to Abe Blumpkin. I'm sure that's coming up.
Oh, and he needs security, because
Or,
you don't want everybody seeing that.
Or Reams Wiggins, one of the two.
So yeah, we're really getting to the end of the show here now, but I know there was a couple of things that you wanted to slip in here. One about the Rockford Rage.
Yes, just real briefly, the Rage has a bout game thing coming up this weekend on Saturday, and all are welcome. And we couldn't get Nitro in the studio this evening to talk it up, but Leevis will be there.
JDawg will be there.
JDawg will be there.
JDawg may be a little late, but he's going to be there.
That's right. That's right. So coming out, always a good time. The news of the village is that Nitro is actually retiring after this.
What?
Yeah, I know. It's going to be an adjustment, but
All right, so I just faked that. I knew she was retiring. I've already gone through my crying period.
yes.
So for today, it'll start up again in the morning.
So anyway, so it should be it'll be an interesting game anyway. They're playing with Fox Valley something or other.
Like the 620 or the 820 honeys, or
that sounds right.
Something like that.
810 honey. I don't know.
maybe
I didn't.
They're
get
playing
it.
a bunch of honeys.
Yeah, it's not like the Aurora 88s, which made sense to me. I don't
Right.
know what the 820 honeys are.
They just wanted to be honeylicious,
Well, you can't blame them.
like the whiskey here at the
Yes.
show.
So
So yeah, please come out and see the Rage at the Indoor Sports Center in Rockford off of Riverside. You can
Yes.
buy tickets at the door, or I believe you can you buy them?
Yeah.
Brownpaperbag.com, I
I
think
think that's what it is.
You can actually buy them ahead of time, and I think they're $10 for adults.
Yes.
So-
if you buy them ahead of time.
Right, if you buy them ahead of time, otherwise it might be a little more there. But come out and see it. It's fantastic. This is going to be the third bout I've been to, and it's a bunch of women beating each other up. What more do you want? What more do you want? I know, like I've said before, you can go to a Genoa bar at 11 o'clock at night and see it. But,
true.
But it ends real quick there. They got pads on, so it goes all night.
Yes.
So definitely come out and see that. Leevis, is there anything else you wanted to talk about? Or
I think that's about it. I got a couple of gigs coming up.
Oh, that's correct.
so-
One
but
this weekend
Other than yes, yeah. What am I doing this
in
weekend?
Genoa, Illinois.
It's next. Is that this weekend already? No.
The United Methodist Church.
Yes, that is. I will be at the United Methodist Church in Genoa, Illinois, at 9 o'clock on Sunday morning.
Yes, when all of our listeners are bright and early,
So,
shining.
Yes, exactly.
Running around.
And if you don't make that, then at 2 o'clock at the Lawrenceville Cemetery in Belvedere,
Okay.
you can catch me and Studio Marty. We will be there for their Memorial Day service.
Very nice.
Belvedere is kind of an
And that's
interesting
this
town.
weekend?
It is this weekend. We
Okay.
do our holidays off. I guess we don't like to compete.
Right.
So
You want it all to yourself.
yeah, and
Understandable.
so yeah, Lawrenceville Cemetery. I go from the church to the cemetery, and then the weekend after that, on actual Memorial Weekend, on the Friday, I'm at the Prairie State Winery in Genoa.
Yes, you are.
So
And that is always a fantastic show. I believe it's already going to be packed. So if you want to get there, you might want to call the Prairie State Winery in Genoa and make a reservation.
Yes,
They take them to hold tables for you because they fill up fast when Leevis is playing.
And it occurred to me earlier this week that I will probably be outside, which will be a
that's
lot
correct.
of fun too.
They actually
So-
have a beautiful garden in the back.
Yes.
A nice stage to play on, and that's a really nice place to watch a show.
And that show is it's fairly early for a Friday. I mean, it's 7 to 9:30, which just happens to open things up for Mini Hans across
Correct.
the street afterwards.
When you're done at 9:30, you have like 17 other bars in Genoa to choose from, and there's only 15 buildings on Main Street, so figure that one out.
couple of two-story bars.
You start with your wine, you start with Leevis, and you wind up at Mini Hans and
possibly more
possibly
Leevis.
Hills, and
Yeah.
maybe Carlsbad.
So,
Carlsbad probably has my favorite slogan in the world. It's good food, lousy service.
oh,
Yeah, they'll tell you that right up front. So you know what you're getting.
oh, Caedmon's. Yeah, the Caedmon's Brewery.
Oh, correct.
So,
Absolutely.
yep,
They serve peanut butter beer.
really.
That's what I said, and then I tried it.
That's
Not my favorite, but it wasn't bad.
I would probably dig something like that.
It was not bad. Would go very good with a dark chocolate bar.
Oh.
Or an Abe Lincoln. Well, why don't you grab the 10-string gilly?
Ah, yes.
Did I say 10-string again?
You said 10-string.
See, I keep getting that mixed up. I want to say 6-string gilly and beat it with your 10 fingers. And someday I'm going to get it right. But,
Here I am.
Tune it up.
Got it. Yeah. A little out of practice since I didn't have to sing tonight.
So we decided to go a little bit longer tonight. Kind of hard letting go of Michael Allen Gould. We only get him so often, so
It's true.
you want to squeeze every last drop out of that little blumpkin. And then definitely wanted to get that phone call in. I've been looking forward to that all week because that was just a lot of fun to do, and Seamus approved. It's a
good.
Seamus approved phone call, so we got to get him back on the show too. Call in and give some opinion on something. Seamus has a lot of opinions.
His time is coming.
Well, thank you very much for tuning in tonight. As always, we're right here on www.spreaker.com/JDawg and Leevis show. Actually, it's just /JDawg and Leevis. Leave the show off of there. But if you're listening to it, you're probably already there anyways. But you can also find us on iTunes. Do a search for JDawg and Leevis. You can find us on Blueberry, BLUBRRY.com. You can do the podcast there. I believe you can also find us on YouTube. So it's not video, but it's just the audio. But soon we will probably be doing a video shot here of the studio so you can put a face to the studio? Is that how you'd say that? That's how they'd say it in the Czech Republic. a little backwards there. So yeah, you can reach us there. And as always, and please send in comments, send in things you want to hear, things you want us to do to our email address, which is jdawgandleevis@gmail.com. JDawg, and Leevis is spelled Leevis. JDawgandleevis@gmail.com. We got Terry her free t-shirt.
Oh, good.
#1 fan of the show, so she's received that. That's all done.
Excellent.
And, waiting for, if you're listening to this, Terry, I'd really like you to get a picture of that and send it to us, put on the Facebook page. And it doesn't have to be acoustically sound and sexy unless you want it to be, Terry.
I'm sure it will be. If
And
she's wearing the shirt,
I'm sure it would be, too.
it has to be.
But make it an obscure place. Make it something that you normally wouldn't do.
In the spirit of JDawg.
In the spirit of JDawg and Leevis. Because tonight, we went a little bit into a place that we normally wouldn't do. But I have no regrets. So again, everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. I'm not going to tell you to hit us up on Twitter because still 2 followers. So don't even go there. Don't even bother with it. Twitter's dumb.
Maybe we should get on Instagram. Maybe the cool kids are on Instagram.
I think so. I think that's one of the up-and-coming ones. And the other one is Musical.ly.
Musically?
I think it's called Musical.ly, where you can listen to a song and sing your voice over it, and it looks like you're singing on the video.
Oh.
So it's kind of like karaoke video.
I see.
If we
I
attack
haven't
that...
been there because I always go to Music Leevis.
Oh, well, there you go.
You know, so...
And why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I can't get bothered.
So if we got on Musical.ly, we could definitely have a whole gaggle of 12-year-old fans. Which probably is going to happen anyways when you arm wrestle Keith.
Yes, exactly.
We're going to gain a bunch of 12-year-old fans because he's probably going to pound you into the ground. So there you go. This is podcast number 14 of the JDawg and Leevis show. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll get back to you with podcast 15. Have no idea who's going to be on.
It's always a mystery.
But what's new with that?
Yep.
So tune in and we'll be just as surprised as you. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a wonderful day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are and whenever you are. Good night.
Buenos dias, Francisco reporting for Mexican Word of the Day on the show of Jaime, Dog, y Leevis. Mexican Word of the Day, Nissan. I told my wife no sex on the floor, she might burn her knees on the carpet.